Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here, welcome back to another Brave 9 video. Alright, so first things first, I want to apologize for the lack of content for Brave 9 recently. I've been busy with Genshin and there's also a lot of things going on in real life as well. Have been struggling or rather occupied with, a lot of cooking recently because with the recent cases of COVID spiking in my country, I've been trying to leave the home less. So that takes up a lot of time. I've been cooking for my meals, both lunch and dinner. And if you guys are familiar with cooking, it usually takes quite a lot of time with the cleaning and stuff like that. So yeah, those takes a ton of time. So I would appreciate a little bit of patience from you guys during this period. But regardless, let's talk about today's video. Okay, so today's video is going to be a part 1 of 3 or 4 series of videos that I'm going to do, and this is going to talk about the meta that's currently happening specifically. So hopefully this will give you guys an idea on what are the units that are worth investing, because this is probably the most common question that I receive in every single of my comment section videos. Alright, so players are going to ask, alright, is this unit worth building? Is Celia worth building? Is Mamone worth building? etc etc. And it's getting super overwhelming for me, not gonna lie. I've been trying to try my best to reply to all the comments, but yeah, it's bound to happen. Alright, so I know a lot of you deserve better explanation in my videos, and I'm gonna try to do that from this point onwards. I know I've been sort of neglecting that point of the view, especially in my Octo review video when they first came out. I gave my analysis and first impressions, and I just straight up say, okay, who I think is better, and full stop. So ideally, I don't think that's a way that content creators should do. Alright, so for me, analysis has to be more than that. So again, apologies for that. Hopefully I'll try to give better reasonings, alright, and more in-depth discussion. Usually sometimes I'll have to make up for it because the lack of time, and you don't want to stretch the video too long to be 2 hours, etc. Alright, enough babbling for now. So we're gonna talk about Galania, and that's why all of you are here for. Let's talk about her specifically and why you really need her in the current meta. Alright, so I think most of you know I'm playing on Asia server, and if you go to the hotmerks, you go to, and just looking at the overall rankings for units, you can see Galania is placed in top 3. Alright, so there's a very good reason for that, of course. Alright, we're gonna talk about her skills shortly and why she's good and all those things, even though I've talked about it before. But you can see she has surpassed Rafitia. More and more players, like throughout each day, have realized how strong she is compared to before. Alright, especially with Gate of Chaos, just ended recently. By the way, if you miss Galania and Gate of Chaos, don't worry, alright? So I'm not going to be a jerk and say, hey, it's your fault, you didn't play it. You can still buy the old units in the next Gate of Chaos session. Alright, so the previous one was pretty easy actually. So you sort of miss out on the easy one. We don't know what's going to come in the next season of Gate of Chaos. It might be like 10 times harder or something. So you might have to suffer through that. If you want to get your Galania, you can still buy all units that have been released before in Gate of Chaos. So going into supporter section herself, you can see Galania is like number 1. She is currently number freaking 1. Like holy. Although you can see that she is very close with Rafitia, right? And Rafitia is someone that, constantly gets recommended, and for sure, I would still recommend beginners, hey, go for Rafitia because she is useful in a lot of cases, in a lot of situations. But Galania just takes it to a whole new level, alright? I don't think Galania is as beginner friendly as Rafitia, alright? So some of you might disagree with me, that's fine, alright? But in terms of like beginner friendliness, if you are new to the game, having something like a plus 12, Rafitia with this insane tile range is probably going to be much more beneficial in more contents, talking about like campaign, evil castle, etc. Galania is still good for sure, but she's much more specialized and she is good at what she does, not gonna lie. Alright, so let's jump into this list and let's take a look at all the other trends of the other server. So I believe, alright, right now we are at America server. Alright, as you can see, Galania is number 5. Alright, at Asia server, in my server, Galania is number 3. America server, she's number 5. She's top 5 still, pretty cool. In Korea server, let's see. Alright, so she is at top 3 as well. So Japan, you can see Galania is top 4. Alright, she has 71% at Japan server. So let's look at Taiwan. So we have Galania at 61%. Okay, so number 6. Europe, she's at 4th place again. And yeah, so you can clearly tell right here it's really interesting. However, if we take a look at, for example, the lower tier, alright, so at the higher tier, Galania is like, for example, in Asia server, she is 4th place, right? But if you go to Crystal, okay, she's still 4th place. But if you go to Diamond rank, suddenly Galania is no longer in top 10. Now, why is that? Why is Galania not even in top freaking 10? She's like number 15, 21.93%. Alright, there's a couple of theories here. Number 1, Diamond players are more casual players. Alright, casual players, they don't care for Gate of Chaos. Alright, they don't care for, you know, getting high ranks. These are players that just log in, do their dailies casually. They don't even bother changing their formations. So I'm gonna assume Diamond and Platinum. So these are players that, you know, they don't really chase the meta etc. So which is why Galania, oh my god, I can't even find Galania and Platinum. Is she even in top 20? Number 40. Okay, in Platinum rank, Galania is rank 44. She is 44, 3% usage rate. Alright, that's funny. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, Galania is like super awesome, super amazing. She is pretty much a must in the high tier. But as you go lower, we can see like not many players go for her, right? Okay, so like I mentioned, one of the main reasons is because casual players are mostly staying around Platinum and Diamond, so those are the ones that probably don't bother and they don't try to find time to do Gate of Chaos, which is understandable. And also, they don't have good units to pair with Galania. Alright, so this is probably the most crucial thing that we need to take note of, right? So what makes Galania really strong is not herself, because Galania is a supporter, right? She herself doesn't do much, alright? So you need units to enable her. You need characters, you need strong legendaries or preferably strong mercenaries to enable her. And if players do not have those mercenaries, alright, those set mercenaries, Galania probably will not do much. Now, ideally, you can use Galania with almost anyone, alright? So I guess we should just take this moment to briefly mention her skills before I proceed further. I know there's going to be some new players watching this, so let me just briefly explain. So what she does, she is good at +0. Alright, Galania is good at +0. So you don't have to worry about, you know, improving her skill level. But at +10, I would say she shines more. Because from this tile range right here, right? At +10, suddenly you get this cross tile. So this is super huge. That means you can buff 2 more additional units. And her buff is insane. Alright, she has this ability. It basically gives your unit an ability to survive 1 more time. So if they were to receive damage that would kill them, it will not kill them. Instead, their HP will be set to 1 and they would survive the attack, the hit. This works both ways. Alright, it works from receiving enemies' attacks, and it also works when you attack an enemy and if they counter you with reflective counter like Seto, fixed damage counter, etc., your unit will not die. Alright, so fortunately, it sounds really good, it sounds really cancerous, not gonna lie. Fortunately, it only works once, most of the time. Alright, so once you have survived before, alright, so it will prohibits you from receiving the immortal drug effect again for the next 28 turns. Most of the time, you will not have the ability to receive the buff again, alright? So yeah, basically it just gives you a guard type skill, which is truly insane. So she does have this particular skill, alright? This drug gives crit damage, but this will only work when your immortality ends, alright? You will get this crit damage. So ideally to pair with Asmode, this will not work that well because it takes so long for it to go online, right? And then you have this third skill which actually gives proper buffs, alright? This is a boost in attack and crit rate. And you have, lastly, this skill which is the DOT immunity bestowal, alright, to give your allies DOT immunity. Alright, so in the current meta, since Seto has fallen off, DOT is not really like a thing anymore. So I don't see this being like a super good in the meta currently right now, but it's good to have for sure. So what is Galania's downside? What is her biggest weakness? If you look at this skill, alright, so this is stats enhancement. Same goes for this particular skill, stats enhancement, right? So these skills, they get destroyed by any ability that can nullify them. Okay, so in the current meta, we have Mamone, which has nullifier skill. We have Velter, which can nullify as well. And not to mention, freaking Livia. Livia is freaking awesome in this meta because of this skill right here. Alright, this skill, she will remove enhancement nullifier, okay, any stats enhancement skill type. So that is Galania's buff. So if you use Alec with Galania's buff, you're trying to kill a Livia, be careful, because that Livia can nullify your Alec as well. So which is something that not many players know. Alright, we usually talk about Mamone and Velter for nullifying, but Livia can nullify Galania's buff specifically. Alright, so Rafitia's buff is still safe from nullified by Livia because hers is considered special. So what makes Galania so good, as you guys have probably seen in the current meta? So just a couple of months ago, just 2 to 3 months ago, we were in this meta where it's either you have 100% defense or not, alright? And then fixed damage came out, right? Fixed damage is all about trying to go through that 100% defense. So a lot of players always try to farm shield runes specifically just to get a 100% defense. But that's not the meta currently. If you look at the meta right now, Galania brings in the guard ability. Alright, so which make some units climb higher. Alright, units like Vals, units like Alec and Livia. These are just more stronger, they are just way stronger than before because they have the ability to deal direct damage. Alright, Livia at plus 12, Alec at plus 12, Vals at plus 12. These 3 legendary units are the current unit that has the ability to instantly remove guard type skill, which makes them really awesome. Not counting Jin, because his is more of a reflective kind of thing. So when you look at this aspect, and if you want to try to climb high in the current meta rankings, you need to have one of these 3 units because of Galania. Alright, it makes your life a lot more easier if you have either Livia plus 12, Alec plus 12, or Vals plus 12. Obviously out of these 3, Alec is the strongest one because his ability is 3 tile direct damage, whereas as opposed to Livia and Vals will only deal direct damage to the main target. Alright, so that's like pretty much a huge difference right there. Obviously it depends on the formation arrangements, etc. But a lot of things can happen if a unit has 3 tile direct damage. And I'm not sure if this meta is gonna go away anytime soon. Like, it's really hard to see something like this being replaced anytime soon. Maybe we're gonna see something, you know, similar like a Galania counter or something. But right now, currently, the best counter is just nullifier. Alright, any units that can nullify, so those are going to be really valuable. And that includes Yuri as well. She has the ability to nullify. Now if you guys are in Platinum or Diamond, right, you don't have to worry about Galania. So therefore you don't have to adjust your team comp, alright, to counter Galania specifically. You don't have to worry about trying to nullify Galania's buffs. But if you are someone who is striving to push higher up into the arena rankings, getting something like Yuri or Vals is going to help you immensely because of the nullifying effect that they have. Alright, that's going to be super awesome. So yeah, let's talk about combos. Alright, so obviously you guys know my favorite till today is still Galania to Grand. Like, that's just literally the best combo ever. I don't think there's anything that can come close to beating the Galania to Grand combo right now. Like, that combo is just insane. Like, it's just super insane. I don't see any other units or any other combo combination can top that out. Another one that I can think of is probably Galania to Alec, because that's going to give Alec just an insane firepower. Alright, to be able to hit 3 tiles twice, because Galania enables your Alec to survive the first time, just in case, just so that he doesn't die to any stupid reflective counter along the way. So that's just an insane power. For sure, it's something that every Alec user should have. Alright, if you are thinking of building Alec or you are working on your Alec, Galania is pretty much a must. I would say it just gives your Alec insane ability. Alright, so Vals probably will not need it as much because Vals already has a Death Guard, so she probably will not die to any counter along the way, but Alec will. So that's something that you guys have to take into consideration. Some units like Mamonair and Velfen might not be able to benefit that much from her skills because they already have massive, insane amount of HP, right, with Energy Guard, etc. So yeah, those probably won't really need Galania's buff. But of course, something like Livia, alright, if she has an ability to survive through one more round, and she can basically charge up her direct damage one more time, that's going to be pretty awesome as well, for sure. So yeah, hopefully with this video, you guys have a much better and clearer idea on why Galania is so strong, and why she's pretty much a must in the higher ups arena, alright? So if you guys are striving to try to move forward, I would say consider building your Galania because she's just freaking awesome, man. Okay, so I hope that sums it up. That's pretty much all I have to say right now. Okay, so the meta right now, as you can see, is also focused on the middle lane formation because of Galania as well, so that every single unit can benefit from her tile range, which is why a lot of people put like cross tiles in the middle, just so that Galania can buff all 5 units, right? So that's something that can definitely benefit the entire team. Okay, so with this video, I hope you guys realize how strong she is. Alright, if you guys are really not using her, you are doing yourself a disservice. You're literally making your life way harder than it should, because Arena is so easy right now if you own her. Alright, make sure you guys build a Galania. So stay tuned on the next video. We're going to talk a little bit about Vals, and hopefully I can give you guys a clearer idea on what I think of her. So I've been trying to experiment with her. So hopefully we're going to have a much detailed, in-depth analysis on her in the current meta. So hopefully that will give you guys a much better idea on whether you want to consider investing in her or not. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you do, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.